billions to trillions of throughput through Stellar XLM via IBM, and I think that it's going to be WorldWire and Hyperledger interoperating together, the two blockchains perfectly harmoniously linking together to enable these trillions of flowing back and forth from one bank to another. And we really need to think about looking at which banks are going to be involved, which companies are going to be involved, because we're not just talking about banks, we're not just talking about Nostra Vostra settlements, we're also talking about forex markets, we're also talking about derivative markets, all on Stellar enabling these markets by tokenizing the assets to deliver value back and forth. And for that, to build a clear picture, we need to look at proof of concepts. Who's doing these proof of concepts? Who are these banks that are involved? Well, Nathan, I feel that you need to explain. Have a look at a post, have a look at a proof of concept, please. Nathan, take it away.
Okay, thanks, Nathan. So, I found this post is quite old again, but it disproves that there is a way that you can interoperate with banks with Stellar via IBM. And again, this post is from about 4 years old, but it delves down into the facts about what's happening in terms of interoperability with banks like Barclays and Citi. So Barclays and Citi among the banks trialing IBM's blockchain app marketplace. And I read on. Tech giant IBM and forex settlement provider CLS are collaborating in testing a platform known as Ledger Connect that will make it possible for banks, software vendors, and fintech firms to deploy their share and consumer blockchain-based software. The platform was developed by IBM in partnership with Hyperledger. Banking giants Barclays and Citi are among two of the 9 financial institutions that are taking part in the proof of concept. Ledger Connect will serve as a blockchain marketplace for the financial sector, and this is expected to speed up innovation in the ecosystem. According to CLLS's chief executive and development officer, Alan Markt, Ledger Connect will offer safe and robust solutions which will cut costs while reducing risks. No application development expenses. This is because banks will be able to reduce spending on technology and operations, as they will now be in a position of sharing services on the network rather than collaborating resources to application development. Ledger Connect will be restricted by Hyperledger Fabric specific applications, though support for other technologies such as R3's Corridor, Quorum, or even the public Ethereum blockchain, the public Ethereum blockchain might be offered in the future. We're not interested in that. We're just interested in IBM Hyperledger Fabric. So, operating on a private permissioned network based on IBM blockchain platform and Hyperledger Fabric technology, Ledger Connect will be designed for regulated and security-conscious enterprises and available across asset classes. So, when we're talking about regulation, we need standards, ISO standards, ISO 200 and 2022. Support for additional ledger technologies may be provided in the future based on market demand and developments. Read a statement released by IBM. So we know what that's going to be about, but tried and tested. According to the ARMEC New York-based IBM security and performance tests are conducted on the blockchain apps before certification, while financial institutes will benefit from the marketplace where they can obtain blockchain apps that have already been tested. Vendors, on the other hand, will have a platform on which to distribute their products. This includes fintech startups such as SynSwap, which graduated from a Barclays accelerator earlier this year. Some of the blockchain-based services and apps that will be available on Ledger Connect will focus on areas such as market data, derivatives, post-trade processing and reconciliation, collateral management, sanctions screening, and know your customer KYC processes. Existing blockchain apps. A few apps have already been made available, and these include the margin management and collateral apps of OpenRisk and portfolio reconciliation tools from SceneSwap. There are also other applications that are being piloted, including KYC app that IBM developed, as well as a sanctions screening app, that was created by Emphasis. So with the KYC, we know that actually IBM collaborated with MoneyGram 10 years ago for this screening kind of technology, and was able to save them, $60 million within the first year. It's crazy, right? So we know that actually there is a collaboration with IBM. Whether they still have one or BAA, it's likely that because IBM has done so well, that there's still going to be a collaboration with them now. So I think that potentially MoneyGram are using IBM with Hyperledger Fabric to do this kind of collaboration with USDC. Anyway, read on. Other software vendors that are participating in the proof of concept include Persistent Systems, Cop Clark, Capso, and Barton Systems. Once the POC has been successfully completed, the necessary regulatory approvals have been granted. IBM and CLS intend to expand the availability of the blockchain app platform on the industry.
So as you can see, thanks Nathan by the way, CLS, Barclays Bank, Citibank have all been testing out for years now, and no doubt putting their input into ISO 200/2022 for this new messaging standard, and they're proving this blockchain bank interoperability through IBM Hyperledger Fabric with their app Ledger Connect, which isn't obviously exposed to the public from what I know. Might be. I'll have a look and see in the open on Git and see what there is about with that. Might be. We'll see. But I think immediately what we're talking about here is really IBM WorldWire. We know IBM WorldWire connects Stellar to, from what I've made of it, Hyperledger Fabric. Yeah, and obviously Hyperledger Fabric to banks with this sort of privacy smart contract, and with that we've got really true operability to a standard, an international standard that's then can be regulated properly for true interoperability. And it's not just going to be for banks Nostra Vostra accounts for settling quicker if you so choose to. It could also be for forex markets. It could be for derivatives, as you can see in that post. That's what's coming. Remember, this post is 4 years old, so a lot more would have happened. But that seems to be the latest news on this. So if you've got any other news, let me know in the comments down below. I'll be sure to investigate. Yeah, I'm Nathan of Zion. Smash the Zion coin up there. Check out the next video. I'm going to do a deeper dive into Hyperledger Fabric, IBM WorldWire, MoneyGram. It's going to be based around that. So I'm Nathan of Zion. Have a great day. Take care now.